Welcome to GoUSIEagles.com. I'm Dan McDonnell, standing alongside the head coach of the USI men's and women's cross country and track and field teams, Mike Hillyard. And Coach, thanks for joining us today. Talk a little bit about your two-time defending GLVC champion women's cross country team.
Well, I'd say the key word there with the women is leadership. We have a senior-heavy roster. And that's certainly a good thing. We won't talk about next year. We'll have some issues to work on there when we lose, the great senior group that we've got right now. But, our girls have won 3 out of the last 4 titles, and so that senior class, they've been a part of, some championship runs. So certainly good to have their leadership at the front. Starting off at the point, Erica Wilson had a great spring, has really come a long way, and she's picking up right where she left off last spring. And then behind her, Kristen Gray, her development over the last 3 years has been phenomenal. She's probably come as far during her career from her starting point to where she's at now as any athlete I've ever coached. Kaylee McClanahan, all throughout her career here, she has been a real steady, solid fixture in our top 5. And then after those two, we have a couple of juniors in Augusta Schrader and Skylar Hilton that will certainly play a key role for us. Alyssa Knabel is a returner that was out with injury last year late in the season, who certainly has a good shot to contribute and help us out. And then a couple of newcomers, Alyssa Moore and Catherine Peter, have looked really good in training so far, and we certainly expect big things and contributions from them as well.
You start the season September 6th with the Stegemoller Classic, and I know we've talked a little bit about what the strategy is for the men. Talk a little bit maybe about what the strategy throughout the season will be for the women.
Well, with the women racing shorter distances, we take the reins off a little bit earlier with them and let them race a little bit more aggressively, especially with the first meet just being 4K. And we'll have Bellarmine come into town for that, and they've always been a strong conference rival. That'll be the case this year as well. So, we'll talk a little bit more with the guys about being a little more conservative with the opener, and that won't be the case with the women.